Good morning! Can you believe it? We are more than halfway done with December and 2020 is almost over. What a year. So I have been hearing a lot of like, I want to lose insert amount, but, or I want to be happier, but, and if you do what you've always done, you're going to get the results that you've always gotten. So right now, today is like the best time to start planning. Like, what do you want? Not just from next year, but from life. Like, what are you willing to do? I get it. It's so easy to be stuck in that I want more, but I don't know like how or what, and year after year. And that was my life. Or it was just like a Groundhog's Day. I'd be like, every January 1st, I'd have my list of everything that I wanted. And guess what? Come December, I'd be like looking at my list and be like, wow, I crossed off nothing, or maybe one thing out of like a dozen things or something. Learning how to shift your life to serve you and actually achieve those goals, it's not as hard as we make it out to be. So if you still not have achieved that, it's because, you need to get crystal clear on what you want. Hey, Michelle. So think about it, like, are you going to go into a restaurant and be like, you know what? I am hungry. Feed me. Like, no, they don't know what you like. You might get something that you tolerate, maybe something you can't even stand, or maybe you'll get something that you like, but what are the odds you're going to get something that you love? Like, very, very slim to none. Like, how is that going to work out, for you? You guys, this is what many of you are doing with life. Like, you're just like, I want to feel better, but then not being clear on how do you want to feel better? Do you want to feel better about yourself? Do you want to feel better mentally? Do you want to feel better, physically, emotionally? What? Like, how do you want to feel better? So you need to get crystal clear. So you could be like, well, you know what? I want eggs over easy. I want wheat toast, and I want like 2 things of bacon. So if you're not precise in what you want out of life, don't be surprised if you were served something that you would send and want to send back to the kitchen. That's just how it's going to work. So it is so easy to be influenced by those around us, those that we see on social media, allowing others to influence, or maybe even dictate, what you do or you don't, or what you don't want. Your head feels foggy maybe with everybody's ideas and plans about how you should be living, and a lot of times it comes back to programming that we had as kids, but a lot is coming from what we see on social media or those that we listen to. Like, how many times have you started to be more intentional in things just to find out that you are actually conforming to a way of life that you don't want to be? Yeah, everybody else, was doing it. So you followed suit because you didn't want to be like that person that stood out, and, just standing out in the crowd. You wanted to, fit in, not be noticed, be a wallflower. And so, for example, like, okay, maybe you're working out and you're eating for your needs, but everyone's making these comments of, why bother? You're just going to gain it all back. Or, oh my gosh, that sounds so miserable. I would never eat like that, as they're eating their pizza and whatever. Or intentionally eating things in front of you while bashing what you're eating because you have goals that you have set. Next thing you know, you're slipping off track, having some of that office cake and treats brought in daily, or eating the kids as scraps because you don't want that food to go to waste. Next thing you know, you're back at square one, and probably even farther away from when you started in the comments in the peanut gallery of stop, because guess what? You're back on their side, back on the side of not moving, not just being complacent in life. So everyone is going to experience that at some point, and it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. So if you're not careful with how you would devote your attention, others will tell you what you should be doing. And remember, these are the same people who are choosing to probably be blind about a lot of their own needs, and maybe it'll look like they're actually taking care of themselves, but they're probably half-assing it. And they're just busying themselves with fixing others versus themselves. So what do you want? Like, how do you want to feel? Create your own burning desire. And, I've been reading a lot about, I've been reading a lot. But anyways, I've been reading a book about Napoleon Hill. I can't remember what his book was. The main one that everybody knows was Think Rich, Grow Rich. I don't know. Anyways, I was reading another book by him, and he said a burning desire is not a hope, it's not a wish, it's a keen, pulsating desire which transcends everything else because of your willingness to do whatever it takes to make it happen. That is the difference between a lukewarm desire and a burning desire. A lukewarm desire is, I want to lose weight. Oh, I would love to lose weight, but I'm not going to do anything about it. A burning desire is, I want to lose weight, and this is what I intend to do. I want you to want things, but if you're just staying in the want section and you're not in the actual, this is what I intend to do, and then taking the steps, guess what? You're going to get the same results you've always gotten for everything else in your life. If you're not being intentional, if you're not taking action, nothing is going to change. There's not going to be some magical, I have more time in my day kind of happen. That's just not going to happen. It doesn't matter how old your kids are. If you have babies, if you have teenagers, I promise you, it doesn't matter. I've been in all those stages so far of life. It doesn't matter. Like, you make the time. What do you want? What is your passion? What do you want more than anything? And then ask, what are you willing to sacrifice for it? Are you willing to cut back on maybe TV time or social media scrolling or other mind-numbing habits to put that energy towards what you truly want? Maybe you don't have the energy to work out or do anything. Well, guess what? That doesn't mean you have to turn on the TV. It means you can pick up a book. Don't think of okay, well, this is what I want, but oh my gosh, like, that is just so overwhelming. That's going to take so long, and I can't understand how I could get from here to there. That's not your job. Your job is to think about what you want and be intentional. Don't think of the how it's going to happen. Start with, what do you want? And then what steps can you take that are going to lead you closer to it? And keep God center, and hustle. Get crystal clear on what you want. But all right, guys, I hope that this helps.